will say, oh, she passed it because she speaks Italian. No, sorry, I don't speak Italian that much. I'm still learning Italian. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a exciting video. Yes, I just passed my driving school exam. Yes, here in Italy. We all know, if you live in Italy, you know that you can, if you're not Italian, you cannot do a driving school with your language. You can only do a driving school here in Italy with Italian, German, French, Spanish. I think this is four language, or they have is any language they have in Europe is the only language you can use to do the exam, driving school exam in Italy. They don't accept English. So yeah, it's an exciting one that I just passed it. I'm telling you the truth. So before then, I want to take this opportunity to thank you all for your support of my channel, my old and my new subscribers. Thank you for always being there, for always supporting my channel. God bless you all. So yeah, the tips I have for you, and also I'm here to also encourage you to go for it. If you have been living in Italy and are postponing to go for your exam, your driving school exam, everybody understand that driving school exam in Italy is something that is very, very difficult. It's one of the most difficult things here. Even Italians do fail this. I know some couple of people that if they are Italian, born and brought up in Italy, and they end up failing this exam more than 2 times, more than 3 times sometimes. So what I've asked you that is foreigner, so it's not a big deal for you to fail this exam. So I'm here to encourage you, like, well, if you want to go for this exam, you don't have to wait to like speak Italian very well before you can be able to go for this driving school. Everybody wants to be independent. Everybody wants to be mobile. You know, nobody wants to be. You can't be taking bus or train for the rest of your life. Sometimes you want to go out with friends. You just have to enter car and drive, or maybe there's something that comes up. You just have to enter car and drive. You don't have to wait for your husband or wait for your friend to drive you to wherever place you're going. So this is why I went for this driving school. I'm not perfect in Italian, believe me. I'm going to be 4 years this year in Italy, so that's to tell you that I don't really speak Italian, but I push hard to go for this school, driving school, and it helps me a lot. So these are the tips that helped me. Tip number 1: make sure when you register yourself to this driving school, make sure you attend every class. Yes, make sure you attend every class. Even if you don't understand Italian, try to ask questions to your teacher. Just try to ask some questions, point out some places, some parts that you don't understand. So this helps me a lot for this driving school. So another thing that helped me also for passing this exam is that I get to read the book. Like I'm going to show you the size of the book they gave me in my school. The book I'm talking about here, this is the name of the book. You see here is the name of the driving school I went to. So when you register, they will give you a book. Like my school, they gave me this book here, and this book has each page, like each page you study, you have some exercises that you will do before you continue to another page. So yeah, let me show you from this page 2 here, which is about the danger on the road. This page here now. So after you finish reading all this page here, so you have to start answering the question. Each of them that you have to start answering the question. So that is what it takes, and they will give you another book. This is the second one they gave me, and this one has CD on it. This CD, you will install it in the computer, on your computer at home, and you'll be listening to do the quiz. And most of the quiz on this CD here are inside the book. Like inside, I don't know if all the driving schools are the same. Almost all the CD, the question on the CD is inside this book. So make sure you read the book. Believe me, make sure it will help you. It will give you more knowledge while you are answering the question on your computer or on your phone, you will have more knowledge. You will get to understand more. Don't just say you want to cram everything on the head. You need to read the book. Make sure you read the book. The book is it's very important that you read this book. And I make sure that I follow up the class to understand and to ask some questions to the teacher, so to follow up with the quiz, which is on the computer. So another thing that helped me is that I removed some days. I'm not saying that this is my first time. This is the second time I did the exam. The first time I was not ready at all, and I still went for the exam. So I'm going to advise you, if you are not ready, don't go for the exam. Yes, the exam is not cheap here. Like, I paid €120 for only exam, so it's not all that cheap. I know some parts of, there is order of lesson you will do. You will do the quiz at home, then you will go directly to the place of the exam and submit all the documents daily. But if you want it easy, we have to pay the driving school all this money and all the stuff to get it done for you. It's not all that cheap. So this is why I'm saying, if you are not ready to go for the exam, there is no need of wasting that money. Just keep studying. Don't be scared because you're not the first person to fail. This is my second time that I did this exam, and I passed this second time. And the question you get to pass, after they will give you 40 questions, and out of these 40 questions, you are entitled to fail maximum 4 questions. If you fail 5 questions, you have to repeat it. So I will advise you to not to go for the exam until you are ready for the exam. Don't make the same mistake I made by rushing to go for the exam thinking I am ready while I am not ready. So make sure you are ready before going to the exam. So the next thing I'm going to tell you is that when you are doing the quiz on the computer, don't do it like to cram everything on your head, like you want to save all on your head without even understanding the question. Make sure you get to understand that question. Like, go for the one that, like, when you are reading the question on the computer, when you're doing the exercises on the computer, if you want to see how the exercise is on the computer, let me know. I'm going to make a video while I'm doing the quiz on the computer with you. I will show you how it is. So I'm saying, if you are doing the quiz on the computer, I will advise you not to just cram, like in Italian it's vero or falso, which vero is yes, why falso is no. So that is how the question is. It's just like this one here. Let me use one of the exercises on the book to show you the example of what I'm talking about. Like, this is what I'm talking about here. Like, when they ask you the question, the only thing you need to click or is V or F. If it's yes, the question is correct, you click V. If the question is not correct, you click falso. So I will advise you to get to understand the question first. Like, understand what you are answering. Don't just say, because you want to cram everything on your head, so you will just click very fast or very fast. Try to understand that particular question, because like during the exam, the same question you've seen before, they will change the language, but this language is the same thing. It's like using a different way to speak English while you are talking about one single thing, like making a sentence, a 5-sentence based on one thing. So, and anybody that understands the first one will definitely understand also. They make 5 sentences with a question with one single answer. So it's just to confuse you. And if you are the type that just climb up on your brain, like you are just doing very fast or trying to put all the very fast without understanding the question, you would think that it's a different question from what you've seen before, and you will click no, which you will going to fail it. So for me, I will advise you to try to understand that question. So like I was saying, I said just try as much as you can to understand the question and what the question is and the meaning of the question, because there's a lot of, like, they will have about 5 this question that is almost the same. They sound the same, but they are not the same. They have one signal, like in one signal they can answer different questions in one signal. Like on this book now, one of these signal here, Just say, let me just use this speed limit here. Do you see how many questions speed limit has? Speed limit has up to more than it has 20 something questions. The first one here has 13, while the other one has 12 questions. So the question sounds the same, but if you understand, like when you are getting to the question, if you understand the first question and you understand the meaning, you will not find it difficult to answer the question, because you already understand. Even if they try to twist it and try to mix the question together, you will know where to fall on. You will know what to say and what not to say. Yeah. So, and lastly, that I'm going to tell you here, there is another trick. Maybe I'm going to make that video later. There is another trick on this, especially here in this Italian theory exam. Like they will ask a question, like for instance, in the city here in Italy, the maximum speed limit here in Italy is 50. So they will ask you a question like, is maximum speed limit always 50? Like always 50? If you said yes, you already understand that the speed limit in the city is 50. And if you said yes, you get strong, you fail it. You see, they put that sempre is always. They put it, or they will put soltanto, which that one is always or only. You will think, oh, is it something, and you will click yes. No, like a maximum speed limit on the city is not 50. It's not always 50. It's 50. Ordinary is 50, but it's not always 50. So you see the difference, and also that applies to maximum limit. And it's the same thing on a highway, which they call autostrada here in Italy. They will ask you, here in Italian highway, speed limit is 150. I mean, it's 130. Ordinary is 130, and if there is some like when they will say during atmosphere change, which is during fog, or during when it's raining, or when it's snowing, it's not going to remain on what that 130 that you know. It's going to change. It's going to drop. If you are running 130 when the weather is very beautiful, when it's sunny, when the weather is normal, if you're running 130 when the weather comes down, like when it's raining, and when it's raining, or when it's snowing, or when there is a lot of fog, you have to reduce it. You have to cut down 30 down. So instead of you running 130, you'll be running 110 on a highway. So that applies in every other street, every other ways they are running in Italy. So when you go to the book, when you read the book, you will understand it more. But for you to answer just the quiz, answering the quiz is going to help you, but you don't even know what your answer. So I would advise you to still go back to the book and make sure that you read the book and understand what the book is saying. With this way, is you will be knowledge of what you are going to face, because this is Italian. You don't have to, even people that speak Italian very well don't even pass this exam always. So you need to get in, like, and I remember when my teacher was telling a girl, she's Italian, she failed the exam in the class. So I've seen this girl did a quiz, she passed all in the class, but she went for the exam and she failed. So the teacher was telling the student that it's not all about you putting all the questions on your brain, trying to memorize it all. It's about you trying to understand that question. So when it comes in different language, you will still understand that the same thing is applied. That it applies to the same thing you've already seen before. It's all about understanding the question. Is very, very important to understand the question before you answer. So this is another tip that helps me. So the last tip I'm going to give you that helped me a lot is I try to do the quiz. Like, I was not feeling too well from before December till last week. Yeah, so even I wasn't even expecting to go for my exam this January. I wasn't expecting it to go for the exam, because even when the school called me that they booked my exam, that my husband told them to book my exam on January, because I couldn't have the space for exam November, December. So I was like, can you postpone it, because I did not study, because I was sick for more than over 3 weeks now. She was like, no, we've already booked the exam. I know if I pushed harder, they would have changed it. I was like, okay. This was on the I had the call on the 12th of January, which was last week. So I said, okay, no problem, I will try. So what helped me the most is that I tried to do the quiz. Like try, like a friend of mine was telling me, she's a Nigerian, she lives here in Italy as well. She was telling me before, when I told her that I'm about to register for the driving school, that she was encouraging me to go for it and telling me that this is what helped her, that she tried to do the quiz more. Like she tried to do it at least minimum 10 times a day. That's really helped. That is another key point to pass your exam very, very well. So after I got the call last week on the 12th, after I got the call last week, so what I did is that during the day, when I'm done with my son, when I'm done doing what I'm doing, I will bring out my computer and I will try to do the test. Like I will do it about 5 times at home. If it's the days I want to go to school, I'll go to the school and use the school computer and do it again. So I push myself and I do this test in total of 20 times a day. I know people will say it's too much, but when you know what you're looking for, you have to sacrifice your time. You have to sacrifice energy because you don't want to go and spend that money and come back again and keep failing. So you don't want to keep spending your money and then you don't want to keep feeling bad or failing the exam every time you go to write it, because even if you fail 5 out of 40, you fail. They will not give you 5 out of 40 is fail. There is no pity. The maximum you can fail is 4. So 5 out of 40 you fail. Yes. So you have to sacrifice the time. During these days since I got the call that my exam was fixed, every night I sleep by 1 a.m. I know people will say, oh, I'm working, I cannot do this. But when you have something you want to do, you have to focus and you have to engage yourself on it. And you have to work hard to get it done. So I try to do this with minimum 20 times a day because the question keep going around. Yes, so I did this question in this 1 week for almost 20 times a day, sometimes more than 20 times a day. Just remove that time when you are tired of the computer and rest, or you can even take a nap. After taking a nap, you can start again. You can start with the test again. You don't have to do it in a row. Just do it when you have the time. That is what I would tell. But do it more, because the more you do it, this exam, all the quiz they come in a row. They are the same. They just turn it around, continue coming when you're doing it in the computer. So try to do as much as you can. It really helped me. So I would advise you to do the quiz more. Do it at minimum 10 times a day when your exam is closed. This will help you a lot to be familiar with the questions they are going to bombard you with. So guys, I'm going to stop here because this video is already long. So this is the tip I'm going to give you now, and I'm going to come up with a tip for practical soon. So make sure you stay tuned and subscribe to my channel to stay tuned. Yes, if you're thinking that maybe I'm saying this because I speak Italian, no, I don't actually speak Italian. There's a lot of people that speak Italian more than me and still did not get it. So it's not just by luck, it's by hard work. You have to work towards it and you have to be focused. This is the simple truth. I'm still learning Italian. I'm not even up to 4 years in Italy. As of 2 years ago, I don't even speak Italian. I don't even know anything about it. And even as of now, I find it difficult to interact most of the words in Italian, but I'm trying to push myself to do this. So don't say because, oh, she passed it because she speaks Italian. No. You can. If I can do it, you can do it. Depends on your focus and your work. If, like I said before, if I can do it, you can do it. So try to go for it. Make out time to study with it. Try to make out time study. Believe me, when you study and follow these few steps that I mentioned here, you will come out with a flying color. You will pass your exam without having any problem. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you all on my next. Ciao, bye. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you on my next video. God bless you all. Bye. Bye.